Well, back to watercolour, and this is St Michael's Mount in Cornwall, and we are planning a bit of a trip in the year at some point to Cornwall. And I was going through some old material, digging out old sketches, what have you, from previous trips, and I came across a sketch of St Michael's Mount. So got to remember with watercolour, it dries like 50% later, and that is one of the big challenges of watercolour. You've always got to allow for that, and see how we get on. So I'm just putting different sort of colours in here. I'm wanting a very sort of dramatic sort of sunrise, and again with watercolour, with the skies, you've got to be ever so quick, and I've only got about a minute left now probably before things start happening. It's drying very quick here in my study today, and I think I might just about get away with this, what I've got so far. And what I'm going to do now, I use less water, more paint. So it's less water, more paint, and what will happen is it will stay more or less where I place it. Here, watch out now. There we go. Let's get it a bit. Could do with it being more than that, actually. This might do it now. There we go. That's more what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for again, as you say, this is going to dry so much later, but it's staying more or less where I'm placing it because there's less water in the brush. And always start big at the top and then work, a bit more delicately through the painting. And I think that might just be about it. And then I'll show you a little bit of a trick. Let's get the right brush here. This will do it probably. So let's watch this now. If I turn the brush around and then clean it again, and then we'll just turn him again, and you can keep doing this until you get it that much lighter. Now we'll do a bit again. We'll get that bit off the center. And we'll get that off the center even more. What we could do, mix a little bit of dark and just take it across there. Like that. There we are. And that's it, basically. We don't want much more than that. And then if we take this off now, I put some masking tape on here so I could get a straight line. But before I do that, perhaps I should get this headland in by here somewhere. There's a headland along by here. So let's get that in. Doesn't matter that it's going soft, that's fine. So now then, let's take this off. And always pull away from the line. Always pull away from the line. There we go, there we go. And what I might do now, as I'm on this, is let's wet this a bit first. And then what we'll do, we're going to drop colours in here, like the sky. But this time we're going to drop them down that way. Where in the sky it was going more horizontal, I'm going to have the marks now this time coming vertical, because it's like reflecting in the water. Right, then we'll get the blue in, and we're nearly finished. Just we'll get the blue in here. And like I say, this will dry a lot later, but it will. And there we go. That's about it for now. All right, fun part now. It's time to focus on St. Michael's Mount. And so we've got a lot of sort of greenery here. So I'm just putting that in as a start. And then I might get some darker colours in here. Take that right out to there. Always come back and level this off later. Doesn't matter if it's not quite straight. We'll have a reflection in here anyway. So now what I'm going to do, so I've just got a bit of variation in here. Now let's get something else in here now. So I've got all these different colours in here, and it's more or less going to be a silhouette where I'm just looking at the profile really. And I can come back to the silhouette and I can get a bit of fine detail in. But I think basically we will just leave it at that. And then what we'll do, we'll get a fine brush in here. And then we got bushes on this side. So I'm leaving gaps to give. So I've covered a big area to begin with. And now I'm just going to get the foliage in with a little bit more detail. Right, here we go. So it's these little touches here that actually make it. It's sort of very gothic when you see the profile on the top. And I think that's about it really. I could accent at some point if I wanted, but I think that's about it. Now what I'm going to do is I could soak up a little bit, and by soaking in I'll get that variation. So I'm using this more like a sponge. And then what I'll do is let's just get this reflecting a little down in there. You don't want it an actual mirror of what's above. You just want that suggestion really of an outline basically. And then we can always get that reflecting in there as well, as we're at it. And that's about it really there. I'm going to get some stronger mix now. And then we'll just drop this in by here somewhere. Now, if I get that little bolt in, so let's have a look. I get this boat in by here. You're not going to want too much detail with this boat, actually. It's going to be more of a silhouette than anything. So I'm just doing a rough sort of and then what we'll do, we'll get some blue here. And we'll take this across, just only here and there. What it's going to do is going to give this water a sense of recession. I'm trying to get around the camera here, which isn't easy. But it gives you an idea how to build on something. You'll see in the finished painting how I'm able to just come in then. But let me just show you, again, another trick really. We're using the brush like a sponge. And that would be to, might not quite come off. I might have to use some. Yes, I've left it a little bit too late. If I'd have come in earlier. Never mind. You'll see in the finished painting how I'm able to work on that and get gouache in and some detail. There we go.